Hey, it's your biggest fan here, Den52. I'm bringing you some gameplay on the map Summit, and I don't even know if this is the right gameplay. Is it the right one? I don't know. wait. Oh, I'm not getting married to my gameplay, am I? No. Well, hopefully, yeah, this is the right one. This is the right gameplay. It's pretty weird that, I can determine which is the right gameplay about 10 seconds in, even though all of the games basically start the same. And in my previous video, I just want to mention this. Then my previous video, I didn't actually commentate over it, and that's simply because I just wanted to see if you guys prefer gameplay with no commentary over gameplay that with commentary. And it turns out the majority of you do like gameplay with commentaries rather than gameplay without commentaries, and that's just because it gives the viewer more of an option. And obviously you can see what's going on in the gameplay, but having like something new than just watching gameplay brings excitement, brings like a new version to Call of Duty, if you will. But I just want to say that in this gameplay it is 7 against 5, and I am on the team with 7, but I still get a decent score. And I won't tell you the score, but knowing me, I'll probably put it in the title anyway. So enjoy that. Also, I do want to stress that homework is the issue that I'm going to be talking about, and the reason I want to talk about it is because it's one of these debates that just carries on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and people don't actually understand why they're doing homework. Well, some people do, but I want to split it down to two ends of the spectrum, where there are people that do like homework on the left side and people that don't like homework on the right side. And for the people that don't support homework, I'm going to be talking about them first. I'd like to say that homework, obviously, to them, because I've talked to loads of students, and then they basically said that 90% of stress coming from school comes from homework. So removing that factor would remove stress dramatically, making school probably a lot easier to cope with, at least for most students. And the whole point is that homework is a really good factor to help anyone, but at home, home's is a lot different to an exam environment. Like the home environment, you got your TV, you got your Xbox, you basically got distractions. You got me on YouTube, and you also have that lack of discipline, because you can always just stop and then go downstairs or whatever, or just go to a different room and just stop revising, or you could just simply because it's a different, even if you try to make an exam condition environment in your house, it still does not work. You got the noise, and you've also got people running up and down. You can always hear people beneath you, on top of you, wherever. And there is always that factor that home isn't really, because you can get yourself really comfortable for an exam, whereas in an exam it might be less comfortable. So there is that sort of notion where working at home for an exam at school, it doesn't really help, especially with the content dependent queue, which means you're more likely to remember something if you remember the content around you. So working at home doesn't really fit that specific place. But with this in mind, I want to actually move on to the people who think that homework should be for the people who support homework, and that is simply because they say, okay, practice makes perfect, and on paper that makes sense. That makes incredible sense. If you practice more, you will get better. That's just a fact. And they also say, without homework, where does it stand? And without homework, you can't do anything. Like some people who fail to do work at school, because I know loads of people who don't finish work on time. They have to go home and finish that. That would be classed as homework. Homework would mean that you have to do work at home, especially if it's a fun subject. It's not always a massive paper essay. It's stuff that that you can extend on to better improve your grade or better improve your subject. But that's what some people say, and personally, I agree with both sides. They both have equally measured points. But then to me, I say that there needs to be a line to what is and what isn't homework, because what is homework is like doing something unrelated to your current work isn't necessary to me, because that's just causing unnecessary stress. Because I know people who are really smart but are just lazy to do the homework because they don't see a point in it, and they feel like it isn't necessary to have. And I totally agree with them. At points, homework is really unnecessary to have. But if it is something like revision, study, or past paper tests, or or just anything of that nature, then I do feel homework is necessary, because obviously practice does make perfect. But I feel that they shouldn't get rid of homework, although they should at least strip down some of the unnecessary factors, because in real life that doesn't happen. You don't get stuff like that happen where you have to go home, revise for an exam that isn't really in like the sort of same environment you would have, or because there are loads of things where like you do an exercise in class and you go, oh yeah, I can understand this, but then your teacher sets you really, really hard homework and you think, why am I doing this? I already learned it in class. You go home, you try and revise it, but it doesn't really work. But or it's really hard questions. I know people where that's happened to. I'm also starting to think about making a series of Q&A. But anyway, yeah, I'm actually starting to make a series, question and answer, and I just wanted to know if I should actually make the series or not. And I could even get a dual commentary with the conflict, or someone else, someone else who isn't on YouTube already. It would be nice to do a dual commentary with a questions and answers. So that would be interesting, actually. But back on the homework topic, I think that if you think homework, and this is not to be biased, but if you think homework should stay in schools, or if you think it shouldn't stay in schools, please voice your opinion, because really it does matter, and I think they do need to change the school system slightly. But anyway, it's been your biggest fan here, Den51. I think I get 28 to 5. Oh, it should have been a headshot. 202 to 24. Wow, we dominated these guys. We dominated them so hard. And my final score was 28 to 4. Oh, and I actually played the objective. And it's been your biggest fan here, Den51. Bye.